Wrestling review for Monday Night Raw, episode February 10th, 2014. This show opens with Betty White. And I like Betty White. I'm a fan. I find myself to be entertained by a lot of the things that she does. But a wrestling show is no place for Betty White, in my opinion. So just a heads up, I skipped every single part of this show that had Betty White on it and incorporated her in any way whatsoever. That's not for me. So then Triple H and Stephanie come out. And then Randy Orton interrupts them again. How many fucking times are they gonna do this? Maybe you're not the guy, Randy. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry, Stephanie, I'm sorry. Oh, maybe you are the guy, Randy. Randy, how dare you? It's the same fucking shit every single week. They've literally been running the same promo for like 3 months now. I don't care about this shit. You know why I don't care about it? Because I know next week the same fucking thing's gonna happen. Triple H, Stephanie, and Randy Orton are all gonna come out and we're gonna be in the exact same position we were on this show. It doesn't fucking matter. I mean, I can understand if this particular segment was getting like a big crowd reaction everywhere they went, so they just decided to keep running with it and doing variations of it week after week. But that everybody fucking boos or they chant Daniel Bryan or CM Punk, anything but what's going on in the middle of the ring. Fans don't care. And you get videos like The King and Michael Cole and JBL pissing and moaning about the crowd chanting shit. What do you expect? If you feed them garbage, the fans are going to treat you like fucking garbage. Duh. Luckily, Daniel Bryan came out and this promo got better after that. WWE is actually decently promoting this yes movement thing, which is a positive sign. And then Daniel Bryan proceeded to get one up on basically everybody else in the ring with his promo. So that was another positive sign. Of course, then we ended on a sad note, finding out that Daniel Bryan is not going to be wrestling on Raw this week. That, coupled with the fact that your main event is going to be Randy Orton versus John Cena. Well, that does not bode well at all. Up next, first match of the night, the Wyatts versus Cody Rhodes, Goldust, Rey Mysterio, 3-on-3 tag match. I really enjoyed this match. It was fast-paced. I was entertained throughout. The final minutes of the match were really awesome, with everybody hitting their spots. And Rey Mysterio taking that running Sister Abigail finisher from Bray Wyatt and seeing Mysterio just kind of flop around like a dead fish afterwards was fucking awesome. Up next, we get a nice video package about Roman Reigns, and then the WWE tries to play up his sexiness with the ladies. And they talk about how Ambrose never defends his U.S. title. So later on in the night, Ambrose is going to lay out an open challenge for the belt. Hey, sounds good to me. Oh, we got some diva garbage next, this time with Betty White. I'm not watching it. Then we get, I'm guessing, what was the kids' match of the evening was Fandango versus Santino Marella. And I say I'm guessing because I didn't actually watch this, because I don't care. Up next, Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger versus Christian and Sheamus. You got some big We the People chants during this match. You got some big cheers for Cesaro. He was definitely over with the crowd on Raw. I will say Cesaro looked very good in this match. I especially thought that he and Sheamus worked well in the ring together during this match. They had good chemistry. In the end, Sheamus beat Swagger with a bro kick. Another very good tag match on this episode of Raw. 2 in 1 episode. I am impressed. Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler. And you know what? As soon as Del Rio's music hit, I was like, man, they're gonna have Ziggler job out to Del Rio. And that is exactly what happened in like less than 5 minutes. It's real fucking depressing to think about Ziggler at this time last year, where he was basically at this springboard point in his career. He was about to jump off into bigger and better things. And now, this year, he's probably not even going to be on WrestleMania. That is some of the WWE's finest work right there. Way to go, people. I fucking hate you, WWE. I hate you. Of course, it wasn't enough for Ziggler to lose in this match. He had to look even worse when Del Rio slapped the cross arm breaker on him. All in this big thing to get Batista to come out to put Batista over. And yep, people were still booing him until the table spot. So I guess that's one way to get Batista over with the crowd, but they're going to have to work their asses off because right now, in the minds of the fans, Batista is the bad guy. Announcement for Lita as the next inductee into the Hall of Fame. I think it's well deserved. I was always a fan of Lita. She definitely made women's wrestling matches. Yes, women's wrestling matches, not divas wrestling matches. She made women's wrestling matches more entertaining for sure. And I'll tell you what, it is absolutely laughable to see that video package they put up for for Lita, and to see how good that action was compared to what the divas are doing nowadays. The comparison, there is no comparison. It's a fucking joke, the women's matches nowadays. The divas matches. They're garbage. Rob Axel versus the Usos. I did not really care about this match. The Usos won. I feel like this was put on to basically sell Billy Gunn's shit in his pants because of Betty White or some bullshit like that. I don't know, because I didn't watch the Betty White segment, but I took a guess, and then I took a guess that it was fucking stupid, and I didn't really care about it. Dean Ambrose comes out with his open challenge. Who do you think it's going to be? Mark Henry comes out. Of course it's going to be Mark Henry. They've been hyping his return all fucking night. All of a sudden you got an open U.S. title match? Come on. But don't worry, Mark Henry, he'll get injured again in a couple of weeks, and then a month or two after that, he'll have another big return. Unfortunately, I didn't really care about this match either. It was very slow, and, you know, I hate saying that because it's a Dean Ambrose match, and normally I like just about everything he does, but this was your typical slow Mark Henry match. Rollins and Reigns interfered in the match after Ambrose took the World's Strongest Slam, and that eventually led to Roman Reigns spearing Mark Henry on the outside of the ring. At this point, they are really positioning Roman Reigns to take off with all of his extra promo time he's getting, his dominant presence in the ring, and just the way he talks to the other two members of the Shield at this point. I'm digging the push that he's getting. I just hope that Rollins and Ambrose do not get lost in the shuffle, because all three members of the Shield deserve their time in the spotlight as far as singles competition goes, in my opinion. So after the match, the Wyatts come out, and we get a very cool standoff between the two groups on either side of the ring. The Shield gets in the ring first, led by Roman Reigns, and then the Wyatts back down. Crowd was popping huge for this. I thought it was pretty cool. This is two groups that people have wanted to see go against each other for a long time now. I think we're going to get it once and one time only at the Elimination Chamber, because the Shield is about to have their breakup. So I believe the match at the pay-per-view is going to be very good. Up next, we had a Garbage Divas match, and then Kane comes out. Daniel Bryan comes out immediately afterwards. We got a nice brawl between the two of them, with Daniel Bryan coming out on top and Kane taking a hike. Not really sure what's going to happen with this, because the WWE isn't really sure what's going to happen yet with Daniel Bryan or Triple H, since CM Punk took a hike. So unfortunately, this just kind of felt like filler, because there's no definitive arc for it yet. Oh boy, here we go. The match you've all been waiting for. You just saw it 2 weeks ago, and then like 3 weeks before that, Randy Orton versus John Cena. This match was garbage. I fucking hated this match because I've seen it so many times. I'm so tired of seeing these two in the fucking ring. And it's like, I know exactly what's going to happen. I can tell what moves are going to come out when, because I've seen these two wrestle so many fucking times. I guess the only part you could even say I enjoyed was the point when they were standing off in the middle of the ring punching each other at one point, and the crowd, you know how you normally boo when the heel hits and then cheer when the face hits? They were booing both fucking guys. Booing both fucking guys. So I found that to be funny, but the rest of this match blew ass, because I knew exactly what was going to happen. I've seen it a million times. Cena won. Big fucking deal. Overall, I'm going to give this Raw a C-. There were some parts on this show I liked. I really enjoyed those two tag matches. I liked Daniel Bryan in the opening segment. He really cleaned up some of the fucking garbage that was taking place. But there were lots of shit parts on this show. And the fact that they had John Cena versus Randy Orton on the main event of the show again, I can't stand it, man. I can't fucking stand it. I can't stand watching this same old shit over and over again. Alright guys, that's it. JV squared 61279 with a wrestling review. And I will see you guys next time.